This is a post by the prestigious publication called The Sun. And as you can see, it's got 108,000 retweets, 63,000 likes. This post went absolutely viral. And is that due to the fact that people find interesting what they have posted? It's because people are mocking it and ridiculing it. I have went through the comments, and every single one of them is making fun of this. Now, obviously, this is due with the fear mongering over climate change, and in their infinite wisdom, they decided to, instead of like showing a thermometer, they're holding up an ice cream with music that I can't play due to copyright reasons. And, I thought, okay, well, it's going to be interesting. They're probably going to show me how the ice cream melts in like 30 seconds. But no, as you can see, when time slows down here, it's not actually 20 seconds, it's 20 minutes. So you are showing me that the sun is capable of melting an ice cream within 21 minutes. Wow, that's hot. I mean, I do not know how the British population is coping. See, when I was a kid, and I remember this clearly, like there were summers that were so hot that you could literally boil an egg outside. Like you would put a pan with some water in it, you would leave it out in the sun, and the egg would start boiling. I guess, what would we consider that? To be super mega extra hot? But here's something that I've noticed, and this is what the mainstream media is constantly doing. If you, let's say, post the temperature for a particular month, and you say, wow, where's the global warming? It's very cold this month. People would accurately tell you that the weather and the climate are different things. So if you were to show a picture of snow in a desert, they would say, well, that's one instance. The climate is over a long period of time. Okay, fine. We can use that argument. But whenever there's a forest fire, whenever there's a hot day, every single time, the scientists are claiming that this is due to global warming. How can they prove it? I thought that the climate is over a long period of time. Like, you would not be able to make the same argument, would you, right? So, misinformation that is in favor of the alarmists, that is allowed. In fact, that is promoted. Right? Doesn't necessarily have to be misinformation, can also be fear-mongering. Like, this is literally fear-mongering what they are doing. That's allowed. However, anything in the contrary is either suppressed or outright banned. Fascinating, isn't it, right? So, like, if you have a forest fire and literally no one knows what caused it, if you have right-wingers saying that, oh, well, maybe activists did it in order to get more funding, suppressed, misinformation, right? Even the hypothesis, even to suggest something like this is bad. Meanwhile, if someone comes out, global warming. That's perfect. Like, for example, the air in New York is really bad, global warming. Prove it. Well, they can't. But that's the official narrative, right? Like, that is the correct thing to say. Secondly, the fear-mongering, right? So, the reason they're doing it is because it gives the clicks. Like, as you saw, like, this ice cream thing made video go viral. And this is all that matters to people. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It doesn't matter if it's a public service or not. All it matters is, like, does it go viral? And it did go viral. I have seen weather reports do a very interesting thing, and there were pictures on the internet that put side-by-side comparisons. So, you know how the weather map goes in different colors. You have the color green, which is for cold temperature, the color yellow for higher temperatures, and then you have the color red for very hot temperatures. Now, what I see some mainstream media outlets do is that if before, for example, you would need 30 degrees Celsius to be considered in the red, now they dialed it down and they make it so that 25 degrees Celsius are considered in the red. So when you look at the map, it's correct. Like, they're not lying, that they're not misleading people. The temperatures there are accurate, but by reducing the number which would cause something to be in the red, they make the entire map look red, like it's a scorching desert now. And like in some places, like last year, for example, there genuinely was a drought. And there were places that, yes, the temperatures were very high, but at the same time, there were other places where the temperatures were similar to last year. So by doing this little fear-mongering, They managed to make it look like everywhere was burning. Everywhere was bad. Right. It is what it is, but I just have to point it out. So the thing that really bothers me in all of this is how the conversation is going. So misinformation and fear-mongering on the side of the alarmists, that is promoted. That is okay. Meanwhile, anything in the contrary, even like disagreement, or like if you disagree with the fact that maybe if we pay more money to the government, it won't get Sky Daddy to be less angry, like anything of the sort is heavily suppressed. So it is the democracy we have, right? Like democracy is very important, especially when you have big tech pressing down the scales just a little bit in order to make sure that the correct opinion is formed into the minds of the public, right? Did you even have debates about this on television? Like, are there any sort of debates? I'm not saying, to talk about if this thing is happening or not, heaven forbid. But what I am saying is, like, can we talk about how to solve it? Like, for example, is paying more taxes to the government the correct solution? Shouldn't that be a question that should be asked? Are people willing to give away their cars or give away their gas stoves? What can we replace them with? Can we get the horse and carriage back? See, this is a question that I would really love to ask. It's like, okay, well, if we don't have cars, and I cannot afford to have an electric vehicle, can we reinstall the law where I can have a horse? And I want to travel on a horse. Just walk around the city. Horseback riding, right? Like in the old days. Like my ancestors used to live. Can we do that? Probably not. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a reason against that as well. But anyway, right, I just wanted to share this information with you guys and see what you have to say. And also to help you understand that the way to measure temperature and to show how hot it is to hold an ice cream under the sun. And I understand if the weather is fine, then the ice cream should not melt. Huh? Is this the moral of the story? Did I educate myself? Or can we not just show a thermometer? Like, can we not just... Well, maybe that method is a little bit outdated. I mean, we are moving towards progress, aren't we? Although, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the sun is trying to train us for what's to come. I mean, we are heading towards a very progressive and multilateral, diverse ESG future, and people will not be able to afford a thermometer. So I guess we can hold the ice cream up and look at the sundial in order to be able to tell what the temperature is outside. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.